Hi. Okay, so I have eyebrows on now, and I'm in my car, and I'm just getting ready for my day, and I'm just kind of running errands and whatnot, and I'm doing a very natural look. This is pretty much my everyday look. To be honest with you, sometimes I just put on eyebrows and eyeliner and mascara. What I've done so far is my lips were a little dry, so I did, I added some chapstick just in the last video. I added some chapstick. I had put on some eyeliner, which is what I started to do when I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and do my eyebrows. And let me do my makeup in the car and let me record, I should say, record. So I've already done my eyebrows now, and I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow. What I have on my brows is a little bit of concealer that I had used for my highlight. It was these two things together. I mixed it up and I put it in, and I put that through my eyes. I put it all through my entire eyelid already. Now, the next, that's a nice base for your eye makeup. That's a nice base. That will help to keep your eyeshadow on a little longer, just doing that alone. And depending on which one you use, depending on which, type of concealer and stuff. If you use a real oily base one, or a real, anything too oily on your eyelids is going to make your eyeshadow fall off. It's going to slide right off. It's not going to last, okay? So you don't want anything that's going to be oily. And you can definitely use some eyeshadow primer. And I do have some somewhere. I don't know. I have a whole case over here. Let me just show you guys. I have a whole makeup case. It's kind of a mess. But in here, when I really want to get down and I really want to get busy, get crazy, get jiggy with it, and I want my shadow to last a little longer, I will put on I don't know where it's at, but anyway, I will put on eyeshadow primer. But I'm not doing that today anyway. So just, if you're really needing something more long wearing, go ahead and use like NYX, they have a really good one. Inglot, I like to use Inglot a lot. I mix that in with a lot of my stuff, okay? In any case, I've already got the concealer on. That's enough for me. So what I use for under my brow when I'm doing my everyday makeup in the car is just regular powder. So I have several powders that I use a lot of powder on my face, as far as different areas of the face, not just for face, not just for here. I'll use it for eyeshadow. I'll use it for highlighting, things like that. And I like to get like one shade a little lighter and a couple shades darker so that I can create shading. Okay, this is how you really, this is more of a makeup artist technique. Okay, is shading. Shading is where the artistry really comes in. Shading, because shading is where you create optical illusions. Okay, dark recedes and light comes out. So when you look at your face, you want to ask yourself, what do you want to stand out? Okay, and if you want it to stand out, that's where you want the lighter color to go. If you want it to recede or not be so obvious, then you're going to want to put a darker shade. Okay, so I will take a little bit of this powder, and I'm going to go right over what I've already done, over that concealer that I already put on my brow. And also, this kind of is sets everything in nice and neat. Now, let's see. So since I'm going to go ahead and typically what I would do for my everyday makeup is just, I will throw this on. In fact, I'll just show you. I will throw either this one on or one of these colors right here. These are all just different shades of like brown and taupes and things like that. Okay, and I will usually go right over here. I did put on a little bit of eyeliner inside my eye. Like I said, actually, I was just going to do eyeliner and mascara and go. But then I decided to go ahead and do this video. So, but typically, even if I do want a little bit of a color and I want to look like I tried a little bit, I'll just take a little bit of this. And I will pop this on, and it's very natural. It's very soft. This is just, it's literally just shadow. It's just, it's literally just, it's not even eyeshadow. It's literally just face makeup, but it's shading. And this is how basically I have brows on, and I shape them and everything. I mean, and this will give you a real kind of this can give you a pretty complete look, especially once you put on your mascara, which I haven't done yet, and if you want to add your eyeliner. I mean, this is a really full look. Could be a very full makeup, full face look if you want it to be. Now, I'll go ahead and show you you know, like when I want to add a little bit of shimmer. So you can get different liquid shadows or liquid things, you know, like liquids that will help make your eyeshadow pop. By the way, all this time that we're talking, I have my mascara, and I'm missing one of them. Where's my other one? In between my legs. And the reason why is I actually, if you look down on my video list and my page, you'll see one of the videos I did, I think a couple years ago, was about how I like to warm up my mascara. Because if I leave it in the car or whatever and it gets cold, it gets hard, right? So I will put it between my legs for a good 10-15 minutes while I'm driving or whatever and getting it ready to go. So when I go to use it, it's more softer, okay? And I can manipulate the product better, okay? So that's, by the way, I just wanted to kind of share that. I'm trying to see if I have my other liquid. I have a couple different liquids. Liquid eyeshadows. Okay, here's another one. Okay, so I have a couple different ones. This one here is more like for your cheek, but I will use this on my eyes all the time. And this one here is also a liquid eyeshadow. You can use that or whatever your primer that you like to use. Or if you want to use, you know how like this concealer, you can get it in white. You can literally get it in white. Sometimes, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take that and I will take whatever eyeshadow that I'm wanting to make pop or stand out more. I will scrape it. This is what makeup artists do. We'll scrape it and mix it in. And literally, you know, it works. So this is what, when you do that, you're making the pigment, you're using shadow as a loose pigment. Because that's what this is, pigments. These are pigments, okay? Okay, so in any case, there's so many different ways that you can make your eyeshadow pop and stand out. And there's so many different ways to do what I'm about to do, okay? But however, it's kind of like there's about 20 different ways that you can, I used to always tell people there's 20 different ways you can get into New York City, right? Pick whichever highway, whichever road that you want, whatever you want, okay? So this right here, because this particular, I'm going to show you. You see how iridescent that looks? Like, somebody's yelling. Anyway, okay, so I can definitely use this if I want. But again, sometimes it will deposit too much color. So I tend to use, this is actually a brush that I got from, I think this one did come from Joann's. This is a paintbrush. This is a real paintbrush. I like to use this for lips. I use this also for eyes when I want to get only in a certain spot. When I don't want it to go, I'm not trying to have it go everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this, a little bit on my brush, just on the tip or whatever, because I want a very controlled amount to go on my eyes. I don't want it just going everywhere, okay? I pretty much want it to keep it on the lower lid, on this lower lid. This is where I want it. Now, you may want it somewhere else, I don't know, but I'm just telling you this is where I want it, okay? Because I only want it on this lower lid. So basically, when you are looking to see where to put it and you look at your eyes, right? Like, you want it below your crease line. You don't want it going way up here. It'll look messy. It'll look messy like all over the place, okay? So that's why I have such a small brush and why I'm keeping it, you know, because I can keep better control as to where I'm placing this liquid shadow. You see that? And I'm staying below my crease line. Now this is a liquid shadow. I like it because of the iridescent type of effect. Okay, now I'm putting that on, as you can see, but I'm actually just kind of using it to, it will help to pop the eyeshadow that I'm about to put on. By the way, I do keep like alcohol spray. Okay, these are all my own. This is all my own stuff. This is all my own personal stuff. So, you know, but you do want to, you know, keep it clean, whatever. And I keep alcohol, but you know, because, you know, when you go to the gas station or whatever, you want to keep everything clean. Okay, now I'm going to use a bigger brush, and I want to use that silver. That's what I want to use, because I want to kind of show you guys how I can make it pop. So, but the first thing was to kind of put that, you know, something liquid, maybe something iridescent, something, you know, if you want, you can put something, a base down or something that's going to help it to really pop. Now, I am doing this on purpose because I'm wetting. I want to wet this. A lot of times I'll even go like this. Okay, to really kind of wet my brush. And now my brush is wet. So when I go to, it's getting cold in the car here. Oh, I have to bring my makeup inside. I always forget. But anyway, sometimes the cold weather will really mess up your makeup. Okay, or hot weather too, because I'm from Florida and you cannot leave your makeup in the car when it's hot. Everything will melt. Okay, anyway, the brush is a little wet, so now I'm kind of touching this silvery color here, and I'm going to go right over what I did as my lower eyelid color, okay? You see that? See how, now if you notice that the way I'm doing this with this particular brush, I'm stippling. This is called stippling. When you're depositing, right now I'm depositing color. I'm not blending. Blending is a windshield wiper motion. But when I am putting makeup on, I'm stippling. I'm literally tapping it on. I'm depositing color on my eyelid, okay? So that is what I'm doing right now. Now, once I got this on, now I got this on, okay? Now I'm going to blend it. And blending is going to be just, you're basically going to blend it to your liking. Whatever you like, whatever look you're going for, you're going to take a blending brush, that's something that looks like this, and you're going to blend this through so that you can't actively see any lines of demarcation. Okay, so that's the goal. The goal is you don't want to see any lines. You don't want to, or, you know what I'm trying to say. You don't want to see jaggedy, you know, harsh. We call it lines of demarcation, okay? In any case, the way it looks right now, can you see that? Can you see the way it looks right now? Kind of jaggedy. I'm going to smooth this out. Okay, so you guys are going to watch me smooth this out. Now, during this whole time, you're going to notice that your shadow, your eyeshadow, is probably falling out underneath here. That's okay. We're going to clean that up. Okay, so now that I've blended this out just a little bit, now I'm going to go back and use my eyeshadow or use my powder or whatever powder I wanted to use. This one or have my Imani one, doesn't matter. I like all of these. I like all of these colors. All of these are all my darker ones. And I use this for my contouring my eye. This one is L'Oreal True Match. What color is this one? True Match Super Blend Powder 808, in case you're wondering which one this one is, okay? But I'm a mixologist, okay? So I always mix up a lot of stuff. I don't necessarily just stick with one thing or the other, you know, like I like to mix it all up. Okay, now that we've done that, again, you're going to have eyeshadow that kind of falls out, and you're going to want to clean that up with your baby wipe or whatever. Now, you can put shadow, or you can put loose powder down here, especially depending on what you're doing, but I tend to just do your eyes first and then clean it up. It's just easier. To me, it's just easier. But you can, if you're in a bind or whatever, you want to add makeup or eyeshadow on, you don't want to, and you're scared about fallout and you've already put concealer on, add a bunch of powder down there and that will help. Okay? All right, so now I want to do a little bit of a deeper line. Okay? I want to make it a bit of a more smokier look, since I'm going ahead and doing this eyeshadow video and I'm showing what I'm doing or whatever. I want you to kind of see how you're building up your colors. So now I've got, you know, like a silvery color down here, gray silver down here, and I've got my mid-tone here, and I've got my highlight underneath my brow. Definitely, if you want, you can add your eyeliner and mascara, and you can go at this point or whatever. But if you want to add a little bit more depth, then you want to get a black shadow or brown, like this is brown, or whatever you want, okay? And you can add a little bit of more depth. And you can, oh, by the way, this brush, oh my gosh, you guys, this brush was at Dollar Tree. I saw this brush at Dollar Tree. It was $1.25. And look at this. You see this? I bought like 5 of them. I like this. I actually love this brush for even under my brows. Okay. And I love this for adding a cut crease. If you want to create a cut crease. Oh my God. I love the shape of this brush. Look at that. Like for $1.25. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to last because I just bought it about a month ago. But hey, you know, I don't care. I just, whatever. I like it. I like the shape. When I see something, I'll go ahead and get it. Okay. All right. Now, anyway. So I'm going to add a little bit of, I'm doing like a cut, like a crease line in through here. And I'm kind of like, and then I'm like making a C. If you can see, I'm making like a C. Because the way that my eyes are shaped, I'm trying to leave this opened up here. And I want only the color out in the corner. I'm creating that shape, more of a cat eye type of shape. Okay? So I'm going in my crease. In my crease right through here. And then I'm creating like a C. See that? And it looks crazy, right? Now, this is where your blending comes in. Okay, so you want to go back to your blending brush. Okay. And so now when you're blending, as you're blending, there will be color that will be collecting on the brush. You will need to kind of wipe to blend. You're blending, you're kind of more or less taking color away and moving it and shaping it. So you will want to kind of like take the excess color off, so that you're not really just kind of continuing to move around or add any color on. You don't want to add any color because we're taking away now. Now we're blending it. We're going to blend it to our liking. Okay? And that's what I'm doing right now. You see the windshield wiper motion I'm doing? Windshield wiper. Windshield wiper. This is how I always taught my ladies. Windshield wiper. Windshield wiper. Okay, that's blending. And you're going to blend until you're happy. Whatever makes you happy. You're going to keep blending until you are happy with the way that it looks. But can you see the difference already? Jaggedy, crazy over here. Over there is good. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing over here. So if you want a more dramatic look, don't blend it all the way. Leave some on. Or, you know, leave it darker. You know, the more darker, the more dramatic of the look. Okay, now, once I kind of do that, and I kind of get that going, a lot of times I'll go back and grab my powder color. Especially this particular one, especially this brand. Especially this one is a very soft powder. It's very soft. I love it for blending. I actually think it blends very well. I think it helps. I like the way, it's a very soft powder. It's hard to explain, I guess, but it kind of helps meld the colors together even better. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. As I continue to blend And blend and blend and blend. Windshield wiper. Okay? Windshield wiper. All right, now that I've done that, we're going to go ahead and do some, let's do some eyeliner. Now eyeliner is one of those things, okay? If you want it to last for a long, you're going to need to get like a waterproof eyeliner. I have a million eyeliners because I'm a couponer and I love makeup, and I literally I go to CVS, I buy makeup. I love to buy. I use any type of brand, whatever. If I like it, I have a coupon. I love it. This one here, it says 18 hours, deep black. This is from Essence. I love this one. I really do. When I first go to put on my eyeliner though, a lot of times I will use something like this. This is a kohl. This is a kohl. A kohl is like a very soft, very pliable type of almost gel. It's almost like gel, but it's in a stick or something like that. It's called kohl. It's a very soft, very deep impact of pigment. Very, very dark. This is actually what I had put on already. But it's already, I had powder. I decided to go ahead and do all this video and everything. And now, normally I would, do all the eyeshadow first and then eyeliner. I only happen to have a little bit of this on. This is what I actually have on. Okay, but I'm going to add more on. And I do this first to get the color on very good. But the downfall of this is very movable. So if you have the kind of eyes where you get raccoon eyes very easily, and your liner likes to drip drain, and go down to the bottom or every which way, don't use this one. At least not for the bottom. Okay? But if you want a deep color, then go ahead, you can use this one. But you keep in mind that it's not long wearing, and I do have a little technique what I'm going to do to help seal it in a little bit, which I'm going to show. But the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and color in my waterline. Okay, so, which I've already done, but I'm going to go over one more time because I've got a lot of powder on it and because I've done other stuff. Now, can you see the difference? Now the color is back on there, right? Now, I'm going to do the same thing for this eye. Y'all, I have to go to Hobby Lobby. I have to go get my hand. I got to get some paint. I got to get some. I'm doing a gift basket today. I got some things. I got a couple projects I'm doing. So my hands are a mess. They're going to be a hot mess for probably all week. Anyway, can you see now that the color is darker? Okay. Now, the other thing I'll do is I'll take another, like my eyebrow brush or something like that. Another brush that is angled. Okay, and I'm going to do like this, get some on there, and I'm going to use it to go on top to get the deep rich color a little bit on top. Okay, so, and I'm specifically wanted to go like down in between my lashes, so that's why you see me kind of pulling up my upper eyelid a little bit, is because I'm trying to get in, I want to get in a little bit in between my lashes. And I'm using this, I want to use this kohl because the kohl is soft and very movable. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing in. I don't have any mascara on, so I am pushing the color in between the lashes and everything, okay? So I have it on top and on the bottom. That's what I did. Now, I want to use my long wearing on top. Now, I actually do like this particular applicator for me, but if you are not used to using a liquid, or you're not using this type, if you're not used to doing this or whatever, this will definitely, I suggest that you go ahead and use another brush, something that you feel that you have a little bit more control over, and just take a little bit of this and deposit it on here, and it'll give you more control where you can get the shape that you want. Okay, I am used to using a liquid, but I will still always go back and clean it up with my brush. Okay, but in the meantime, I actually like this one. I'm okay with it, but again, could be disastrous depending on if you have shaky hands, or if how much control you have. Okay, But in any case, like I said, when you get used to it, after a while, you get used to doing this type of thing. This is not hard for you. Especially on yourself. Maybe on others, not quite so easy. Now, if you'll notice, I'll turn my eyes this way and this way. And that is so I can get into the corner. Because when you do this and you look here, it'll stretch your eyelids out one way or the other. Okay? So that's what, if you see, when you see me doing that, that's what I'm doing. Now that I got this on, I'm going to take a little bit of baby wipe, and I want to wipe any excess shadow or product or anything that was on my lashes, because I'm going to be putting on my mascara, and I don't want clumpy clumps on my lashes. So I'm cleaning off any excess product or anything that kind of, and I'm not pushing too tough, but I felt a little eyeliner actually get on my lashes, and that's not what I want, because the eyeliner is just going to make it, the formula, I don't want the eyeliner formula on my lashes. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Now this is still a little wet or whatever, but I'm going to take this one. This one also from Essence. I love this is so cute because it's so little. Okay. But it's also a liquid, but I like it to create my wing. Now people create wings different ways. So back in the day when I was first learning, I definitely used the card method, which was like when you use like a card, like a business card or something like that, and you just kind of like go like this, okay, and use that as a tracer and outline. Totally, you can do that. Everybody does their wing different, okay? So I'm just gonna do my wing the way that I do it, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's not that deep anyway. It's just makeup. Okay, but basically the way that I do it is I take it from the bottom of my bottom waterline, which is this right here. I basically create a continuation of that line. So that's how I know, like, kind of like where to go. I'll start from there. That is my mark, okay, as to where to go. Okay, and that's how I start mine. So if I am kind of filling, if I'm kind of like filling out this corner right here a little bit, I will do that like this, and then I will take, as I'm filling it out, I will take and continue up the line. Just continue it going from the bottom up. Now, you may get your your wing perfect one day, or you may not. In fact, most of the time you'll probably get it, messed up. So I'm going to be a little bit rough, and I'm going to kind of just show you how I do it, and then I just clean it up to the way I want it. Now, as you see, I've gotten a little crazy with it on purpose. Because as I always used to tell my clients and my ladies, I would always say, don't be scared. If you mess up, don't be scared. It's okay. Because first of all, just makeup, it comes off. Second of all, it's okay to go a little crazy, because you're going to clean it up to your liking. Use your wipe again and get your clean line that you want. Okay? You see how I'm doing that? Same thing on this side. You're going to clean it up to whatever your liking is. Okay. Personally, most of the days I don't like my line to be too long, to be out there too much. I like it more to be a little bit short and high. That's kind of how I like mine. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara. This one is Wet n Wild. I love mascara that has fibers. So that's what I look for. Mascara, again, I have another video on just this subject. It's down, like way down on my list. I think I've recorded it like a year or so ago. Mascara is very personal. It's like underwear. Some women like, you know, parachute underwear, and some women like thongs. Okay, you have to figure out what your need is with your lashes. Do you need them to be thicker? Do you need them to be longer? Do you want a little bit of everything? Like, you know, depending on what you need. But most of the time, most people, I feel like most of the time, adding extra fibers is usually pretty good. Unless you have very short, curly lashes, fibers are not going to be your friend. You'll need to curl them. And it sounds like an oxymoron, but if you have very short, curly lashes, you'll need to curl them, to crimp them, to make them actually a little longer, to train them. And you'll need to do that you'll need to do it like for a good year or so, till you can really try to start to train your lashes, okay? I've curled my lashes so many times. For the most part, they're trained. I probably could, you know, you don't need to do, once you've done it for a while and your lashes get used to growing in a certain way, you won't have to do it every day, okay? I like fibers in mine. So one of the things that I like, I just feel like adding those fibers gives you that extra thickness. That's what I like for me. When you first put your mascara on, you're definitely going to use the brush this way. And when you want to make the lashes stand out individually, making them a little bit longer, then you're going to turn your brush this way and use the tip to kind of define each individual lash a little bit more. Okay, now this Wonder Brow and Wonder Extensions, they have a really good mascara. I love this mascara right here. It's waterproof. It's a tinting. It's actually a tint. And I love it for the bottom. It's absolutely waterproof. Like, it's like waterproof, train wreck proof. You know, break up with your boyfriend proof. For real, for real. Like, this stuff right here ain't going nowhere, okay? It also has fibers in it as well. So I love it for my bottom lashes, because, you know, when you put mascara on your bottom, throughout the day especially, it will tend to move and collect, you know, the color, and it'll make you look like you have raccoon eyes, especially mascara. So always, one of my tips is always use whatever brand, it doesn't matter, but always use waterproof or at least water resistant on the bottom, so that way it doesn't transfer so much, you know, it doesn't look, throughout the day, it doesn't collect and get dark and transfer the color of black underneath your eyes and give you raccoon eyes. Can you see the difference? Can you see? Now I will take this also and add to my mascara on top, okay? Because this also has fibers in it, so you can kind of just start to hit the, you know, you don't have to go to the whole lash. You can kind of just hit the top of your lashes. know, kind of, it's just another layer of mascara. Kind of bring your own lashes out. Can you see them? I don't like to put too much on the top with this one because it is a little drying. So, you know, I might hit it once or twice. Now, believe it or not, this is the one I keep in my purse because it's small. I like small little makeup things or whatever. And I like using different brands and different ones on my lashes because they all have different benefits. Some are thick, some are longer wearing, you know, waterproof. They all have different ones, right? So, I like this one though. I just like the brush on this as well. And I will usually, again, go right through just the tip of my lashes to kind of drag them out and add more fibers and deeper color to the tips. Because I'm not putting on lashes today. Okay, first of all, I myself don't put lashes on myself, but very rarely. Very rare. When I say rare, I mean like, at this point, if I even do it once a year, it's only like if it's a photo shoot or something that I really but very rarely. I just don't really like them anymore on me, but I do it on my clients all the time. Okay, so now I have almond shaped eyes. The way you want to do your eyeshadow for your face, it's really going to depend on the shape eyes you have. Some people have hooded eyes. They call it hooded eyes, meaning your top, upper lid, or your hood, basically, it comes lower below the pupil of your eye. Like, instead of like, okay, some people have big eyes and you see a lot of whites to their eyes, and then some, their eyelids kind of droop down, you know, they look a little smaller. Okay, it's just depending on, you have to look that up. So when you look up your shape eye, you want to do your makeup according to whatever shape is really best for you. Okay, so gosh, I'm already at 30 seconds. See, talking and teaching really does take a lot more time. Okay, I'm gonna add, I don't want to go over too much else, but for me, the only thing that I'm gonna do maybe is like add a little concealer, you know, just to kind of complete my look a little bit more. And I'm just mixing these two. And I'm not putting on a whole lot else because after that I'm going to put on some powder like you've seen me do in some other videos. But like with my concealer in particular, I will leave this on. I will usually leave it on and let it, you want it to get a little tacky. Okay, so you don't want to blend it all the way in. You either want to leave it like this or just kind of, you know, move it a little bit like this. And you want to wait a few minutes. Maybe you want to go, if you're at home, maybe you might want to go iron your clothes or whatever you're doing, you know, like you might want to go and, you know, fix your eggs, fix your breakfast or something. That's what I do. Because I if you stay with me or you know anything about me, you'll know I walk around the house like this for a minute. Okay, until it gets tacky. Okay, it needs to get a little sticky, a little tacky so it stays. And that's if I'm doing a full face, if I even want to do that. I wasn't even planning on doing all this today. I'm just trying to show the video. I get asked all the time about brows and eyeshadow and stuff. And this is a very basic, very classic, basic look that I feel like anybody can recreate and you can do. I mean, if you want to. And I say that because, I mean, most of my clients, they just like when I do their makeup for them. You know, I've spoiled them, I guess you could say. Okay, so you want to give this some time to really set in. For me, like I said, I'll give it a few more minutes, but because I'm going to go ahead and close this up, I want to kind of, you know, end this out some. You can take a brush, an angle brush, something like this, or a smaller one. I mean, definitely you could even use like this one here, but you got to clean off all the brown if you use it for your eyeshadow or whatever, which I don't feel like doing right now, cleaning it up, whatever, because I typically use it more for shadow. But in any case, you can also use like a sponge if you really want to use a sponge. If you want to use a foundation sponge, you know, you can use a sponge to kind of you know, blend that out a little bit. I like brushes, but you do have to be very precise with, you know, your blending of this in. I mean, it's like what you don't see, I don't know, even though this brush is big, it's not really for this. But what I will do as I'm doing it is I'm bending the brush. I'm actually bending it like this. I'm making it tighter so it's not so wide. Because I want the effect of this brush to help blend this out some, right? But it's a little too wide, so that's what I'm doing. This is just, you know, I guess I have a lot of things like this, you know, that I do. It's kind of one of those things, like you just have to watch someone do their makeup or whatever. You know, you want to utilize the product, make it do whatever you need it to do. Like, make it do what it do, baby. Make it do what it do. Anyway, now I'm going to go over that to kind of set it with a little bit of powder. Okay. And I'm going to contour using my contour brush. Just blending that out a little bit more. Remember what I said about contouring? Dark recedes, light comes out. So especially when you're doing makeup, especially for film and on set, you definitely want to you know, go under here, things like this. Sometimes if you want your bust to look bigger, you can do that. If you want your shoulders, I mean, I definitely do that for my clients. I've done, you know, that's definitely just part of what you do. But the dark recedes, so that's why you want your darker under here. Help frame out the face. Okay, like this. Now, if my clients have a cleft chin, I love to add a little like that. I love to bring out cleft chin. I love a cleft chin. Oh, I love it. Especially on a man. Ugh. Very distinguished. Very distinguished look when you... I love my boys have cleft chins. Oh, my first husband had a cleft chin, but I love that my boys, they got cleft chin. I have a small one. It's not as prominent as my husband's was, but I love it. Especially, it's actually a European trait, and I love it to see it on a black man too. It is like so distinguished looking to me. But anyway, if you notice a lot of Disney characters, if you look at the male Disney characters, they have cleft chins, a lot of them. Okay. Anyway, so now here I am just kind of blending this out again one more time, just like this. This is definitely, I'm gonna, you know, to finish this look, I'm gonna add some lipstick. But I think you all probably know how to put on some lipstick, so I'm gonna end the video here because it's already 45 minutes. So thank you for watching. I hope that you found it entertaining, or maybe you learned a new trick or something like that. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.